going on, everybody? My name is Michael Weir, and these are my most anticipated movies from the year 2021. Now, I'm not doing a normal traditional top 20 where I start at number 20 and I make my way to number 10. I'm just going to give you guys the movies that I'm most looking forward to this year in the order release date that they are set to come out. Now, I don't know the state of the world and how things are going to go in the next couple of months, so some of these movies might get pushed like they did in 2020. But if these 22 or 23 movies come out that I'm going to list off to you guys right now, I'll be a happy guy. So let's jump into it. All right, guys, so we're going to go by month. We're going to start in January. We're going to make our way through December. January, there's nothing on my schedule. That's right. I don't know if they're still just a little too afraid to drop anything yet because, honestly, while the 2021 happened, it's not like the date changes anything going on in the world. So movies have been pushed to February, so we will now jump to February. That's right, it's now February, and the one movie coming out in February that I'm looking forward to is The King's Man. Now, The King's Man is a Kingsman prequel. Now, the Kingsman first movie, The Secret Service, was so good, and the action in it was so good, and then The Golden Circle came out, and that was rough. That was rough, and it came to the point where I was like, nah, I don't really want another Kingsman movie. Maybe Matthew Vaughn can work on, another kick-ass sequel, but no, instead they went with prequel, and they're doing The King's Man, which is the beginning of the Kingsman Secret Service. And you know what? I'm excited for it. I'm excited to just see a movie in theaters that I'm looking forward to. So The Kingsman, let's do it. Next up, guys, we got to jump to March. That's right, in March 5th to be exact, we have Ghostbusters Afterlife. Ghostbusters Afterlife is a continuation of the Ghostbusters original saga, and something to note from Ghostbusters is I was able to go to a drive-in this year and see the original Ghostbusters with Bill Murray in that drive-in, and it was so much fun. I had a good time. It was my first drive-in ever. I had a lot of fun at that thing. So Ghostbusters Afterlife, like I said, it's a continuation, a lot younger kids. I don't know. It looks fun. I'm looking forward to it. March has two more movies for us, and they both are set to come out on the same weekend because, in a year where there's not many movies to look forward to, let's just cram them all in on the same weekend for some reason. But whatever, March 19th, we have Morbius, which is a Sony/Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of mashup where we've got Jared Leto's Morbius, and then at the end of that trailer, we did see Michael Keaton's Vulture, which is exciting. That means that the universes exist in the same realm. I don't know. I'm excited for that. So Morbius, and then that same weekend, Tomb Raider 2, which I don't think has an official title yet, or maybe it's just going to be called Tomb Raider 2. I forget the lady that played Tomb Raider this past time around. But whatever. It was a good time. If Walton Goggins could come back for whatever reason, I'd be happy. That's all I'm saying. Now we got to jump to the month of April where we have three movies to look forward to coming out. The first one is on April 2nd, and that is No Time to Die. That's right, we finally get James Bond, Daniel Craig's final James Bond movie. What can I say about it? This movie's had so many previews come out. It's had so many release dates. It's had even the soundtrack for the movie came out because they were like, it's gonna happen, and then it didn't happen. So No Time to Die, supposed to come out this April. Hopefully theaters are back to full capacity because I just look forward to seeing this with a big crowd and just being excited with everyone when Daniel Craig walks in as James Bond. Next up, I gotta do it. No, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, it's Mortal Kombat, guys. And now Mortal Kombat is a movie about people fighting for the fate of the universe itself, or the fabric of the universe itself. I like them both. I'm gonna leave them both in there. But guys, Mortal Kombat. It's a reboot, complete reboot. There was a YouTube show that was made a couple years ago that I liked, but honestly, we've never really had a great Mortal Kombat movie outside of the original, which is flawed. So hopefully this movie kind of fixes those flaws and we get to enjoy Mortal Kombat. And finally, on April 23rd, we have A Quiet Place Part 2. That's right, Quiet Place. You gotta be quiet, right? Those monsters are everywhere. Oh, I just want to see some flashbacks of John Krasinski, and I want to see Emily Blunt killing some aliens. I'll be happy if they do that. All right, guys, we got to jump to the month of May. And in May, we have Black Widow coming out on May 7th. Now, this movie is the longest Marvel delay that we have ever had since the Marvel Cinematic Universe began. I remember when Black Widow was supposed to come out in November, there was a report that's like, the only movie that has taken this long between movies was when between Iron Man 2 and the Hulk. Otherwise, they've been closer together. That got blown out of the water. Black Widow will hold the title for the longest time it took to get a Marvel movie into theaters. So we went from Spider-Man 2 to Black Widow. So I'm excited for Black Widow. Those previews look awesome. I'm just excited for Marvel to be back in theaters, guys. All right, guys, on May 21st, you may be in for a double feature if these are your type of movies, because we have Godzilla versus Kong, and we have Spiral from the Book of Saw. If you know me, you know these are two movies that I was very disappointed were pushed off into 2021, but you know these movies were at the top of my list. I am so excited for both Spiral, the Samuel Jackson and Chris Rock being in a Saw movie. That's enough for me. But it's continuation from the Book of Saw. This movie's going to be so fantastic. And you know what? I talked about this movie in my most anticipated last year. So I'm just so hyped for this movie. And then you have Godzilla versus Kong. And honestly, I don't know if it's going to be a great movie. I like Godzilla, King of the Monsters, so I hope this is in the same vein. I hope that King Ghidorah or Ghidra, depending on how you say that name, is in this movie. And I hope that's what brings them together to stop it. And I hope that one of the heads' name is Martha. Okay, that's a little far, but you get the idea. Finally, guys, we have one more movie coming out in May, and that is May 28th, Fast 9. That's right. I got to see this preview in theaters the other day when I went and saw Wonder Woman, and the person I saw it with was like, hey, are you hyped for this? And I was like, yes, I'm hyped for this. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because movies are back. Maybe it's just because movies are coming out. But getting to see Vin Diesel jump a bridge and use a Spider-Man basically maneuver around a mountain with a car, it's going to be ridiculous. But it's going to be awesome. All right, guys, the month of June, and the month of June has 3 movies coming out that I'm looking forward to. The first of which is June 4th, The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It. That's right, we get the 3rd installment in the Conjuring franchise, which is like the 15th installment in the overall universe of the Conjuring. Not all the Conjuring movies in that universe between Annabelle, The Nun, La Llorona, and just the Conjuring movies themselves, not all of them have hit. The Conjuring, the original, the OG, is still the best in the franchise, and I would say Annabelle Creation is probably the second best, followed by Comes Home, followed by The Conjuring 2. I don't know, I've got to rank them all one day. All I know is The Nun and La Llorona were terrible, but the rest of those movies are pretty fun, and The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It just sounds awesome. June 11th, we have Jurassic World Dominion. That's right, Jurassic World 3. Now, when I saw Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, it killed my love for the franchise. It really did. I didn't watch a Jurassic movie for a long time because every time I watch those movies, I just know it's going to get to cloning humans. Now, hopefully, Dominion does not go into the whole cloning humans thing. They just focus on dinosaurs because that's what Jurassic movies are all about. And you know what? If the world is taken over by dinosaurs, while I have pointed out the flaw in that plan in my previous review, I'm still there for it. And finally, guys, in June, we have Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Guys, the fact that they called this movie Let There Be Carnage, man, I hope this movie's rated R, only because I want to see so much gore. I want to see Carnage tear some things up. Now, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be rated R because I think they're trying to tie this in with the overall Marvel universe. I think Sony and Marvel have made a deal that they haven't made very public to people, and they are going to bring Tom Holland in and out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe still because Marvel doesn't want to lose Spider-Man, and Sony needs Spider-Man to stay relevant. So I think it'll be PG-13, but you know what? It's Tom Hardy and it's Woody Harrelson. They're both coming into this movie as Venom and as Carnage. Let there be carnage. It's going to be fun. Guys, going into the month of July, July has 3 movies that I'm looking forward to. The first of which, July 4th weekend, we get Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick was a movie that was supposed to come out on Christmas weekend, so it should have just come out from when I'm filming this now, but of course it didn't because everything got pushed. But you know what? July 4th weekend is a great weekend to feel like an American and go watch Tom Cruise fly around in the sky in a real fighter jet, because of course Tom Cruise had to fly a real fighter jet. It's just what he does. On July 9th, guys, we have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. That's right, we get another Marvel movie, guys, and this time it is a Marvel movie that I am really looking forward to, and that is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, because the Ten Rings is really what kicked it all off. Because if the Ten Rings had not kidnapped Tony Stark in the very beginning, he never would have become Iron Man. So to see that that organization is still relevant, is still around, even after Iron Man is dead in the movies, it's exciting. Now, on July 16th, guys, we get a movie called Uncharted. And for all of you gamers out there, I know you're excited about Uncharted, the movie. We have never had a perfect video game adapted movie because video games just don't translate to movies as well as they should. However, this time we have Tom Holland and we have the ability, we have the pieces to make a good movie, because basically it's Indiana Jones, just Tom Holland. Let's be honest, that's what Uncharted is. It's a complete ripoff of Indiana Jones. Okay, guys, from here on out, it gets very slim. There's like one, maybe two movies a month that they are announcing right now, because I'm pretty sure they are still worried that this thing is going to continue and movies are going to get pushed. So they don't want to fill up August and October and September and December. They don't want to fill all those months up, because if they do, they'll just have to get pushed for the movies that are supposed to come out in February, March, April. You get the idea. So while we're in August, let's talk about the one movie that's on my radar right now, and that is The Suicide Squad. That's right, they are rebooting The Suicide Squad, or it's not a reboot per se. They're using aspects of it, like Margot Robbie's coming back for it, but it's James Gunn. And you guys, if you know the story about what happened with James Gunn and Disney, the fact that he got Suicide Squad and then got Guardians of the Galaxy 3 eventually anyway, good for him. I'm looking forward to this. It's got John Cena in it. The Suicide Squad. Let's do it. All right, guys, that leads us to October. Now, October, I'm excited to tell you, has two movies that are coming out that are on my radar right now, and one of them is Dune. Now, I've never read the books from the series Dune, and I've never seen the original movie from Dune, but this new reimagining reboot of Dune looks fantastic. At least the clips I've seen in the theater. I got to see a scene from it in IMAX the other day, and it was a lot of fun. So hopefully this movie is fun, and if nothing else, it's just, a sci-fi adventure. Now, the movie I'm very excited to talk to you guys about comes out on October 15th. That's right, just in time for the spookiest time of the year. Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills, we've seen 2 teaser trailers. Thankfully, they've been really cool about this. This is probably the only movie that's been pushed a year later that hasn't made me upset, because the way they've handled themselves has been fantastic. When they officially made the decision to move it, they gave us a really fun teaser trailer. And then when Halloween actually happened in 2020, they dropped another 30-second teaser trailer that was a lot of fun. So just to get to see those little teasers, hopefully we get a full-length trailer somewhere in the year for Halloween Kills. I'm going to guess around August we'll get our first big trailer for Halloween Kills. This movie looks like fun. And what's crazy is I can't wait to see it continued on. Like, this is a series with so many movies in it, but what they've done with Halloween and then Halloween 2018 and now this Halloween Kills, I look forward to seeing how they're able to keep it going and, keep it fresh. Which leads us to November, guys. Now, November has the movie that I'm looking forward to almost the most this year, and that is Mission Impossible 7. The Mission Impossible franchise has done what very few franchises have been able to do. Outside of Mission Impossible 2, every movie has been fun and given you a little bit more of the puzzle that is Mission Impossible. I've really enjoyed it, and Mission Impossible 7 looks like it's going to be fantastic. With as dedicated as Tom Cruise sounded in that video the other day, I'm in. I mean, this guy sounds like he is locked and loaded for this movie. All right, guys, there's 2 more movies coming out in 2021 that I am very excited to talk to you about. The first of which is Spider-Man 3. That's right, Spider-Man 3 is coming out next year, and I'm excited about it with all of the different Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Jamie Foxx, and now you've got dude who played Dr. Octopus all coming in together. That is fantastic. It's exciting. Hopefully it's not too overcrammed. Hopefully they know exactly what they're doing. But I have a feeling if Marvel's at the helm and Sony's kind of, at the other helm, they're going to do just fine with this. So Spider-Man 3, December 17th next year. I'm looking forward to it. And finally, guys, the last movie coming out next year that's on my radar right now, all of this is subject to change, don't forget, is The Matrix Part 4. I'm excited to see a reboot in The Matrix. The Matrix, the original Matrix movie was so phenomenal, and 2 and 3... letdowns is the nicest way I can put it, but Keanu Reeves has been on a roll lately, and if he is excited about this, he is dedicated and into this, then I have a feeling this movie's going to be great. So The Matrix Part 4, Matrix rebooted? Can they call it that? I'd be all right with that, because we have The Matrix Reloaded, Revolutions Rebooted. It would work. So The Matrix 4, I don't know the title of it yet. I'm going for Rebooted. We'll see. And those are the movies coming out in 2021 that I am most looking forward to, guys. If you've got movies that are coming out in 2021 and you want to talk about them in the comment section down below, we'll put those down there. If you enjoyed my list, hit the like button, hit the share button. If you want to follow me through 2021, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little bell that goes with that subscribe button so that you get notifications whenever I drop a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.